Hey everybody, Soybean Farmer here. Today's June 27th. We got off to a real slow start this year. Planted this field back in May. It was early May. Might have been close to the end of the first week. Could have been the beginning of the first week. I don't have real good records this year. But we had a dry year, so it was kind of pitiful start. But we finally got some rain, praise God. Always thankful to God for the rain that we get here. And things are coming along nicely. I'm really delighted with the kill on the herbicide application. Cousin Scott and I worked together. Basically, it was my knowledge of how to mix things up. And he did a fine job of driving the tractor. We put it behind his 1020, which he's more comfortable on, and I don't blame him. I'd rather drive that 1020 than that Ford myself. It's got to do with the way the clutch pedals are set up, the difference between the two tractors. But I am delighted with this. I thought I'd show you this field. This is the 6-acre field. And the last 4 times that I planted this field, I had nothing but disaster. I switched over from that grain drill to the planter, and I kept having problems with that planter. And I'd be missing row, skipped a bunch of plants in a row, and it'd plant some for a while, and then it'd stop. And I got really disgusted with that thing. But I kept at it, got some information from some subscribers about how to set the depth up. Found something called depth bands, or bands, I can't remember all that. It's been a fight. I didn't give up. I fought my way through it. But I'm delighted with that, and that's a pretty good representation of the entire 6-acre field. Now I got one spot over here, I'll show it to you. Let's see if we walk up there, give it a try. Walking kind of backwards here. What happened here was the seed ran out in 2 of the hoppers. Why? I don't know. They dumping seed faster than everybody else. Really annoying that that's the way it was, but that's the way it was. And let me stop here and turn. Okay, let's see. No, not quite there yet. But you can still see how I'm calling that beautiful. Totally delighted with that, the way that's come up there. I think I'll get back in the truck because I can see it now. It's a little further over. The red spot is slow to come on. It's right out there. But it's there. There's uniform planting in the rows, good row population out there. So a little more rain, which I'm confident God will provide. He is my provider, and that I am confident in. Feeling fairly good today. Going to go tomorrow for another test to try to see what's going on with this foreign entity in my body. Something called a bronchostomy. They shove a camera down my throat and into my lung to take a look at the actual tumor to see what it's doing. All the imaging that they've done hasn't given them the clear picture that they want to get. So we'll do this test and see what it produces. All right, let me ride down a little further and we'll look a little more. Okay, this is the spot where she messed up on me and I didn't catch it. But I've got 2 missing rows. And that's the only disaster in the whole field this year. And you go and look out across there, and we'll go down there and take a look. It's gorgeous. I'm delighted. And we're down here on the red end of the field, red dirt. See, I go down there and kind of see that pink color to it. Where overcast skies, don't have a lot of sun here today. That storm come through here last night. And Miss Soybean Farmer told me that there was an inch of rain in the rain gauge, so praise God again for that, because that's what it takes to make beans, and you need some water. But delighted with the spray job that Cousin did on this. I mean, there is some very minor backpack work that I would do if I felt like it. And bought myself something this year to kind of excited about using. I've used it a little bit and they're awesome. It's a battery powered backpack sprayer. No more of that pumping. It's just take the wand and spray, and the battery keeps pressure on the tank. But As you can see, that's the pink land. Got nice uniform population on the rows there that I'm delighted with. Walk on down here and see it. Oh boy. Not gonna walk too far. I'm gonna go get back in that truck. Yeah, I hope we can find out something tomorrow. Or at least they can stop scratching their head and go just anything positive rather than, well, that didn't work. But as you can see, I got uniform rows, and I'm just absolutely, positively delighted with that. Six acres. You know, it would be awesome to see maybe 45 bushels to the acre on this. Yep, that would tickle me. That would make me very, very happy. Well, let's get back in the truck because this walking's not fun. Well, move down a little bit, and you still see how nice and uniform the rows are in the pink land. Just a little bit of breakthrough coming up there with some weed pressure, but hoping we can get canopy on this, and that'll kind of shut that weed pressure down a bit. Hoping. All right, let's move down a little bit more. As you can see, we're headed that way. And everybody's been commenting Cousin Scott's videos about that pecan tree. Yep, over here on the northwest corner of the farm is where that tree's at. All right, let's move on down. Let's see this button here. Okay, still got the pink dirt, and still got nice uniform rows there coming up in it. And there's something right out there. Got to look at it yesterday. It's corn, volunteer corn, and what we sprayed on here won't kill it. I have to walk out there and hand pull it. But I see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5 volunteer corn stalks sticking up here and there. But still delighted. Like I said, I got that one little spot where the seed ran out. It happens. But still delighted. Down here real close to the end of the field here. Probably let the truck roll to the end of it. But you can see there we're still in the pink soil and still got nice uniform rows. I'm delighted with that. I credit the corn and God. And you know, God puts his touch on something, it's going to be near perfect. Because God don't do anything but perfect. And the truck's not going to roll down there. But give you a look back that way. And let's see. Okay, that's going to be the corner of the field, as you can see by the grass strip waterway. And a little skip spot there, and I think that was more about lining up. My bad, I was pulling the planter when that became an issue, but it'll be all right. And then let's see if she'll roll down there. Yay, she did it. Whoa. I got out here yesterday afternoon. I felt fairly well, fairly good, and mowed off about 4 inches on this meadow strip. It gotten too tall. If I'd have mowed it down where I really wanted it, I'd have hay, and I don't want that laying on top of the grass, smothering it out. Okay, this is a 2-acre piece. It's Cousin Scott's land, but he let me plant it, and got me the nice kind of border up the side of the field that I like to have so I can keep the grass mowed off. Oh, don't back it, and shoot. That is hard to do. There. All right, that'll give you an idea. I wonder if I got reverse. Nope. Alright, we'll probably have to shaky that out. There's reverse. Yeah, that's going to be good. Alright, start right there. I'm pleased with that. It's a nice uniform row population there for me. So there's a look-see at that. All right, this is that 2-acre piece in the far northwest corner. There's that pecan tree to give you the reference. And this is at the beautiful end of the field. As you can see, excellent row population across here. Let's see, fire ants, where are y'all? Okay. Let's try to walk across here like this. It's hard to see what I'm looking at on the camera here. I planted this. Yeah, I did this. This field has a certain little way you lay it out in your mind, and then you just do it, and you'll come out with good coverage. But as you can see, the rows right there on the end, I hope you can see them. What you do is you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You end up with the pecan shear thing out here on the end, and then you pull one run down across that curvature. And if it works out right, when you get to that curve down there, it blends in and lines up with the stuff that was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I'm fairly delighted here. Got a little bit of, cousin was down here yesterday afternoon looking at his spray job, and he wasn't satisfied. I mean, I see a little bit of breakthrough in there, but nothing horrible. Anyhow, we'll deal with it. I'm going to get to feeling better. Yes, I am going to get to feeling better. Have some positive attitude about this thing. But this field is gorgeous, except for, I don't know, we'll go down there and look at it. I call it 1/4 acre. Anyhow, let's go down there and take a look. All right, right here by our landmark, the pecan tree. And that happened. Let's see. Row population went horrible. Absolutely horrible. Now this is going to be difficult to video because the sun is on the wrong side. But as you sweep around, you get the idea. And go up a little higher maybe before the sun tries to destroy the picture. And I'm going to call that maybe 1/4 acre at, you probably got 20% of what would be here. And the weed pressure on this is something that I would say probably going to have to be sprayed again. Bean plants are small, but we've got some grass, and that grass is only slightly burnt. There's morning glory right there that's only slightly burnt, so it's going to turn around and come back. But that's kind of pitiful, and that's just got to do with planting and germination. I think it was sand, super dry. Something germinated and turned around and died. Didn't have water. But down there on that end of the field had plenty of water, and it's gorgeous. It's difference in the soil texture. Sand don't hold water, and you got down there with decent soil types, and it held water. But this is the worst spot on the farm in my beans. Cousin don't have a spot like this. Well, if you can't show the let's see, what would this be called? The ugly? Good, the bad, the ugly. Well, if you can't show the ugly, then don't show none of it. And that's the ugly. All right, let's go find my way back to the truck. Always got to keep an eye out for these fire ants. I haven't fought them this year, so I know they're here. All right, let's see if we can get in the truck. Made it. Let's see, that turns off.